Okay, I'm just gonna do a little refresher for people who are jumping right now. So what are we doing today? We are continuing our little fractal series, which you might have seen on Twitter, or you might have not. Who knows? The algorithm magic. Yeah, the fractal series. So it started as a one-off thing, but then I decided to continue it. It all begins when this transport ship, which isn't loading, I guess, this transport ship capsizes, and it drops some kind of fluid in the sea, in the ocean. Fluid that likes to expand and turn into fractals and turn things into fractals. Next part of the story is this fluid, this fractal juice, gets picked up into the atmosphere and rolled up, maybe by its own fractal properties or maybe just by coincidence. It gets into a hurricane, which becomes fractal itself and kind of iridescent like the original fluid. And it goes onto land and it starts doing things to the animals and the poor little creatures. So yeah, we're going to continue that. What I want to do is like a few different things that get affected by this fractal wave, this kind of fractal mutations. It doesn't only affect animals or living things. We don't know if there is its exact properties, but it definitely can affect something like a hurricane too. Fractal. Oh, simp. No, please don't simp me. I will run at you with a wheelbarrow full of rocks, and I'm not gonna stop. If you simp me. Okay, so we're gonna do a few things affected by the fractals. I was thinking mushrooms or trees, then a flock of birds, and then like something human-made, like a cable turning infinite length and causing blackouts everywhere. Something like that. The water cycle. It's true, we're inadvertently explaining the water cycle. Death by rock wheelbarrow. Okay, so mushrooms is an idea. I'm here on Pixabay, really useful site for finding free pictures. We can also get a tree. It has to be like one tree that's pretty usable, that you can cut easily out of its... And the question is, how do we turn a tree into a fractal? Like, what kind of fractal do we do? I'm thinking like similar to the other ones, where the tree just takes the shape of the fractal, right? That would make some sense. Fractal freak. Fractal steak, okay. Fractal freak is good too. Yeah, so I'm thinking like, my original idea when I thought about this was doing branches that branch and branch and branch, but that's just a tree. Trees do that naturally. So that doesn't work that well. So I'm thinking, right, a nice isolated, and we can see clearly a tree like this, that's kind of round, that we can just warp into this fractal shape. We just need to find a good one. And the funky dragon one, you can use vines on a tree. That's good. That could be good. We'd need to find a tree with vines though. You also see something with the patterns on the inside of the tree, a ring. That's good, but that would imply that it's been growing like that for years, right? That it's not like some months have gone past. Marks on the bark is good. Let's see if we can find a good... So this one is nice. Like if we get the tree isolated and then we just apply a fractal to it, should be fairly easy. Yeah, this one is not bad. I was thinking more for a full tree with a bunch of branches just like looking lush, but a tree like that is not bad either. Something more like this. But these ones are a bit too far. We'll probably have millions of pictures of this. This one's probably edited already to look like a tree, I bet. Or not. Maybe it's like that naturally. Fractal, I like that. Leaf fractals, okay, that's a good idea. Or flower fractals. How about that? Flowers sound more fun. Because the thing about a tree, it's pretty fractal already. Flower fractals. That's good, isn't it? I like this picture too, it's pretty nice. Okay, let's find flowers. I don't want a super edited, nice, perfect flower with a bunch of droplets on it. Because it looks nice, but it doesn't look real. And everything here is super edited. I want something that looks more amateur. Actually, so far the one I like the most is this one. Fractal flower stickers. Depending on how they come out. They could be cool for stickers. Okay, this one is nice too. Himalayan blue poppy. Interesting. I'd like more of a top view so we can get the petals looking all fractally in the edges. Every time screen says bro, take a shot. They looked from 2009. Yeah, we got some good ones. Lots of roses and stuff. Roses are nice, but I like something with more clear petals that I can adapt easier to a fractal. So far the best one is this, I think. This one is pretty nice also. This one's might be more fun to play around with. Bro. Squad, you gotta drink. You heard that. Let me just download this. It's not the problem with this one is it's not super high quality. It'll do, but it's not super crisp. Okay, one of the things we can do is turn like the power of the fractals to different amounts, and depending on those amounts it'll kind of look like the petals of a flower. Like for example, real quick, that last one I did. So this one is this kind of fractal. It's just a fractal that repeats 4 times. So like adapting that into a flower shape, maybe doing 5 instead of 4 could be nice. Time for alcohol poisoning. You're gonna kill her. It's been nice to know you, Squaw. Let's try to make a selection out of this. It's not that good, but I might do. And maybe if I can get this same type of flower from a different picture, that would be better. By the way, the puppy's here. She's sleeping. And I guess she's having a dream because she's making little noises. So cute. Uh-oh. Maybe you need to get out of there before the fire gets you. I wouldn't want to be responsible for this. Show puppy. My sister's here. Saying hi to the puppy. I'm gonna show her on camera in a minute. Oh no. That's pretty serious. Trash. You're safe. There's businesses between. Yeah, I hope they're getting under control. Chaos. It's chaos day. Let's see. Just to see what we can do here with this Fractal plugin. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I think we'll do Mandelbrot because it's a classic, and I think it'll translate well into that shape when we turn the power up. So we'll do triple color here, black and white, and I guess white again. There we go. That's pretty fractal. Oh. Hold on, it's puppy time. Oh. Say hi to Kawa. There she is. She's very sleepy. She's going to bed right now. Yeah, say hi. Wait. There you go. You're getting a lot of puppy times in these past few streams. I hope you guys are happy. Let's go to bed now. Val, how do you feel the way I'm writing fanfic while watching your stream? Well, that... good to know. It's cool. Better be Val fanfic, please no. Oh god. Hell yeah, you're turning at the right time. Yes, I know you guys are here for the puppy. I understand. It's me, Pinax. Thank you for that follow. Okay, so we're gonna turn that to a power of 5 and see how it looks. If it does anything? Whoa. Did it die? Okay, well, there we go. So that's power of 5. Thank you, Useless. clueless. However it is. Thank you for that, fellow. Val fanfic. Oh my god. With Hellkite. Okay, so I guess it needs to be power of 6 to get 5 points. And that shift to 0. And zoom in. Pretty. Very pretty. I think we should use this. Hottest love story in the cryptid world. Oh, it's not doing good. Right, it's here that I should do it in double color. Well, anyway, that's the shape that I want to go for. So here I'm gonna put this. "12,000 words. My name is two lovers." Oh my god. True, that's mock slander. Those, oh. If you, I don't know how many subs are we at, but this mock emote will be available once we get to, I think it's 15. We will have another emote slot, so we'll be able to get a mock emote, which would be fun. Okay, I think it's this flower, it's the flower we need, but another picture of it, I think. So let's go here, browser. Don't know why I did this. There we go. What kind of flower is this? Impala lily. Okay. Any kind of lily, really. Actually, you know what? Once we get to 15, I'll commission someone to do a drawn version of mock like this. Like same pose, more or less. Just a little running guy, but a little bit nicer. I like drawn emotes better. They're more fun. Also, that you guys see the sub badges are all Photoshop tools. I think you go from pencil or brush to eraser to clone stamp. I think those are the 3 ones that exist so far. I'll have to make more once people reach that. Mock is literally like the Sonic of the UCR. Oh no. Flower crown mock. So cute. Look at this little guy. See, I'd like something from the front. Maybe this kind of lily. Pretty nice. It's fairly simple. It's 3 sides, which might be a little bit easier to translate into a fractal. Let's try. And for this one, I don't know what we'll do. I don't know, we'll see. I may even just leave it visible from the corner and maybe add some fractal patterns just to the edge. Just to imply that I want to. Sinful. Quinn, you've been writing too much fanfiction. It looks like. Damn Spanish accents. Yeah, or whatever my accent is from. Wherever that is. So, I'm gonna select the whole thing, I think. Because it might be nice to get some extra, whatever this is, at the edges of the flower. I'm just gonna do Ctrl J to copy this into a separate layer, like this. So we're gonna try just right off the bat. I'm gonna try this. Oh, that's not very good. I don't know why it does that with this kind of thing. That's same bad to me, sister. Slightly threatening. I mean, when is Quinn not slightly threatening? Why is it so far? What happened here? What's going on? I don't know. Something messed up. Oh, it's still at this. I don't know why. What's happening with this specific fractal? I have no idea. It's weird. It's just on a circle. Can I do Julia set? Is everything broken? Reset? Please reset? It broke. Somehow it broke. Reset everything? Yeah. Okay, there we go. We're back at that painfully ugly color scheme Mandelbrot. Yeah, I'm gonna try one petal after this. But I think it was mainly the... Yeah, it was mainly the algorithm messing something up. I don't know what exactly. But we'll just do double color, remove this ugly ass thing, and put some black all over. Well, this single color. There we go. Now that looks more like what we're used to. Okay. Let's do power of... Oh, now I know why it was messed up. The basic Mandelbrot is power of 2. For some reason. What mic do I use? It's a Rode NT USB. I think that's the full name. It's for its price range, it's pretty good. It's the one that people recommend, so I just went with it. I used to have one of those snowball mics, blue snowball, but the quality wasn't super good. This one has better quality. I'm not too good at audio, but it's more decent. I just realized that you're the same person who made that fractal shaped fish post on Twitter. Yes, that was me. You totally thought it was a real story. Oh no, I'm sorry. I try to... Yeah, I guess a lot of people just see the post and then don't like look further. So they might think it's real. But yeah, unfortunately a lot of people believe my things. This one people are not gonna believe. Or at least as the series goes on, because it's gonna be messed up. It's gonna be like apocalyptic. So hopefully people won't believe that. That some kind of weird fractal apocalypse happened. Okay, we need to turn this to the power of 3 maybe? Oh. Get out. There we go. Okay, that's power of 4. It gives me like more or less 3 petals. Fractocalypse, if you will. Yeah, that's a good one. Good name. Okay, so this is the one. This is good, but it's gonna need some iterations. I like that there's little centers all around the flower, because I think that just makes sense if you're talking about fractal things. So, this is good, but we are going to cancel. I think it's just saving everything, so not we'll repeat it. What we need to do is make this into a more symmetrical shape. It should make things easier. So I'm just gonna copy this. I'm gonna put the center here. I'm gonna... Okay. Oh. Okay, so I just combined a bunch of them. And hopefully this, by merging it and applying the same thing, should look a little bit better. It still has this weird hole here that I don't love. You should write fanfiction. Okay, Quinn, spill the beans. What kind of fanfiction are you writing? You gotta tell us. Okay, why is it missing a bit always in this left part? Curious about what you think about fractals. To me they're fascinating and scary at the same time. Yeah, they're fascinating, and I think it's something that we can, out of all the mathematical like abstract concepts, we can relate to it more directly, because it is something graphic, like it is an image that you can see has some kind of impossible properties, so you can both understand it and not, and it's also impossible to like wrap your head around it, so because it just keeps going forever. So I think it's scary because of that. I don't know, it's just random ideas, but yeah. Smartiest kind. You're my good little fuck champ. Oh no. I am scared of your creation, Quinn. Okay, we're just gonna keep doing this until things are more or less filled up and we got some sort of circle. And that should be easier to fractalize, I guess. Let's see. Filter, practice. By the way, this plugin is called Fractus, and it's completely free. So get it. It is if you want to do something like this. Oh, beautiful. That is what I'm talking about. clear the other house. Oh no. Okay, let's see about this. How about that? Squaw, you just said you had no money. Come on. Well, thank you very much. But don't spend more than you. Oh, it's okay. It's Quinn gifting it to Squaw. I just saw the Squaw notification. Quinn, you're so generous. Quinn is the sugar daddy in here. We stand. I did it, you fool. I'm sorry. You're so generous. Okay, I think I gotta go back for one simple reason. I didn't copy this. Now I redo it. Just wanted to have a clean one to apply on top because I want to do more. Gonna zoom in a little bit, just like that. Special Sugar Daddy rank. I don't know if you can make that on Twitch. You can make, okay, so the gifted subs, I think you can make some badges. I'm not sure. Maybe you can't edit those. I'll look into it. Hey, you got the Pog Kite. Enjoy that. It's a very, very good emote. I don't say that because I made it. I do say that because I made it. But please. Just humor me. Okay, we got a bunch of trash on the side. Also, there's something that bothers me. Gotta go here to the middle, and oh gosh, this has to be Leiden? I think Leiden should do. Okay. Just gonna try to fit that. No, that doesn't fit. Hold on. There we go. I have no rights. You do, you do. You're valid, and you have rights. Okay, there we go. Kind of filling up this area, which didn't look that good. I love turning things into fractal. When it comes together like this, it's very satisfying. Okay, so we got a pretty perfect Mandelbrot here. We only need to... Hold on. Just gonna lighten this background up. And then I want to get the background removed. Blend if is a way to do it. But we may also use, where is it? Here, Magic Wand. And it might be, yeah, I think it's going to be good enough. A fairly simple edge. Yeah, that works great. Okay, we'll do the same thing to this. we'll do magic wand. Go. And then combine with this. Nope. That should do it. There we go. Checking the edge for any weird residues. It's good. Whoa, I'm one of a very privileged list. Thank you. Feel honored. Yeah, I think my main problem with getting subs is that I didn't stream too much, especially the past few months. I mean, understandably so, because I just couldn't. I was studying. But right now I'm gonna be able to stream fairly frequently. I'm trying to aim for a streaming schedule for maybe either 2 to 3 times a week. So I'm thinking either Monday and Wednesday, and then some other day, or Monday and Thursday, which is what I've done this week. So that should increase my output quite a lot, because that's going to be a lot of time for editing. That's why I'm jumping into this series, which I've wanted to do for a while. And I want to do some more one-off things. I don't know any of those other streamers. I'm sorry, I don't follow the streaming, even though I stream. I do not follow the streaming world at all. Every time people talk to me about these streamers I watch, I'm just blank. Nothing against them, it's just... like, game streaming is usually not my cup of tea. Except for very specific things like speedrunning and stuff, which I do like. How far can you zoom into? So this specific plugin I'm using, it has a limit, which is pixels. So you can see like random pixels like this. They're supposed to be like continuation of this fractal pattern, and they're floating because there's empty space, but in reality in the fractal they would be filled. So I'm just removing them manually because they're ugly and they wouldn't fit into this thing. I couldn't have floating parts like this. Mondays and Thursdays are the days you go off. Oh, that's a good coincidence. Imagine not knowing about every single gaming streamer. Yeah. What a loser. What a loser would that person be? SMH, my head. I'll just remove the little blobs there. Maybe I should have used Julia again. The Julia set instead of Mandelbrot. He has better edges. He has better, more cleaner ones at least. It doesn't have like little blobs coming out everywhere. It is the bomb. It is very good. So okay, when you do this plugin, you can tell it how many iterations of the fractal it does, which basically means like how many times it repeats this mathematical operation, and thus how many levels it goes. When you do things with pictures, you want to keep them low. And in this case, I might have kept it too high, I don't know. That's why it's looking a bit more perfect than my usual fractal things. Looking very, very clean, Mandelbrot. If you don't know what Mandelbrot is, every time I bring it up, I'm sorry. It is this type of fractal, which is called like that. It's the guy that came up with it. And Julia is another guy, even though it sounds like a girl name. It's just a surname of, I don't know where he's from, somewhere in Europe. The mathematician that came up with the Julia set, which is that other type of fractal, the one I used in the Hurricane, for example. They're the two better known fractals, but there's so many. It's infinite if you wanted to. I'm kind of cutting edges here, make it look a bit more natural. This is sort of tedious, but it's fun. It's fine. Not complaining. The thing about this plugin is when you tell it to generate the fractal, your CPU will go to 100 for a few seconds, and it can be scary, like, is my computer breaking? Your fans go all crazy and it's weird. But it doesn't last long. I think it was a remix of Marathon, yeah. I got a lot of video game remixes in this playlist of mine. I do get DMs from time to time from musicians telling me, can you put this into your in your playlist? Even though I don't know, it has 100 likes, so only 100 people have it. I don't know, I guess it's worth it for smaller artists. Oh, that part is messy. Oh, I forgot to turn on the new point reward things. Okay, hold on a minute. Gotta turn them on. I need to go to my point rewards. Manage. Okay. So there's 2 community challenges that just went up. And the idea is I'm just going to do one of them. I'm going to do the one that reaches the goal first. So it's either I do an edit without pressing Ctrl Z, and if I do, I have to start all over again. And the other version is I do an edit with only MS Paint. So if you guys want to see me suffer, there you go. Already got some points into MS Paint. Both are suffering, so just choose your murder weapon, I guess. Photoshop Nuzlocke. I like that. Would be a good name for the stream. If we do that. I was also thinking of doing maybe some kind of special stream once we reach some goal for subscribers or something. Just to incentivize people so we can get that second emote slot. I do have to see like how many subscribers I need. I haven't checked that in a while. Might have been 15, but I don't know. Just off the top of my head. I have given up a medical fact for MS Paint. Thank you for a sacrifice. Well, no. I don't know what I prefer. The thing about MS Paint is there are no layers. I put that up, but I don't even know how I would do it. I'd probably need to open several things at once and combine them at the end, something like that. It's gonna look like shit. It's gonna look very bad. But I mean, we're doing it for the lulz, not for the result. Maybe I'll let you guys send me photos that you want me to use in the edits or something like that. We'll figure something out. So many little pixels. We're getting there though. There are some parts that are not that bad. A mistake, truly. You could have gotten a medical fact. I don't know, how many subs are we? Because maybe we're close to that. We're at 10 subs. If it's 15, like I think, we're 5 away from... That's not a lot. I thought we were further away. That's all Quinn being a sugar daddy. By the way, Quinn is Dappermancer. I just call him by his Discord name. My brain doesn't have space for 2 different names for a person. I cannot handle that. I can only eliminate one if I learn another. Vanish into the other, to the ether. Thank you for chatting and for your generosity, Quinn. I'll see you later on the Discord. By the way, guys, join the Discord. It is one of the most fun and honestly like welcoming places on the internet. It's been so fun. Everyone's putting it into MS Paint. How much is it? Okay, I'm still just 1%. I guess whenever one of those 2 is chosen, MS Paint, I love that. Another good name for the stream if we get to that. Yeah, I guess for the next one that's chosen, I'll either say if it's Monday, I'll do that same Thursday, I'll do that one. Or if it's Thursday, maybe I'll do it on the weekend or something. Maybe I'll do an extra one for this. Depends on the time I have and the plans and stuff IRL. Which is why I also like to stream at night, apart from me being a very big night owl. it is because that way it doesn't break any of my day plans. It's pretty good. The downside is people are sleeping at this time, so I've got to try not to bother them. They're fine with it though. MS Pain. I love that. You gotta remember that if we do that stream. Use that name. Dumb question, but why are you cleaning up the smaller branches? Because they're floating and it doesn't really fit into what we're doing. So I want to simplify the edge a little bit. And also, I mean, adding in a little bit of asymmetry wouldn't be too bad on here, because it's not supposed to be like perfect fractals. A bit messy and more like a plant that tried to grow fractal than like a perfect thing. Okay, that's it. That's the base that we got. And I'd like to, for the main bulbs, I'd like to re-add the center of the flower. So like this here. Did I copy it? Yes, okay, good. Add it here to the middle. And that should help things along a little bit. There we go. And we'll remove the edges, so it's a little bit cleaner. So we'll let these edges be mixed up into the whole fractal mess below. Hey, if it isn't Reda, we were talking about you not that long ago. I was talking about Revember, which was the main inspiration behind this whole fractal thing I'm doing, so I was like, check out Reda. They're a very cool artists. Coming around soon. Oh god, don't say that. I hate time, especially when it goes forward. It's April already. Please, don't make me suffer. So yeah, we're making a fractal flower. It's gonna go into this whole series of fractal things. Try to mix this together with the thing below. Okay, there's some funky edges here that I want to flatten out a little bit. I love fracking. Like petroleum fracking, getting oil out of the ground. It's pretty messed up, really. Pretty messed up for you to say that. Hey, remind me to save. Thank you. I haven't even saved this once. As you can see, it's untitled. So thanks, Rescue. Chronic Maths Debater. Hello. When are you going to eat? What a question. I have already had dinner, so I'm good. I hate the environment. Wow. Guys, I think we should cancel Reda. Things are very bad. Very bad takes. I am shaking my head, metaphorically. I saw the title. Yeah, thank you. It's called Flower. There we go. Learned a new language. Yeah, third power roundabout, exactly. Because the original flower that we're using has 3 petals, or like 3 main ones, so I thought it would be appropriate. Okay. Then we're taking this again, the original. I'm just gonna cut the middle out. Right, there we go. That's more workable. And I'm gonna place it in each of these bulbs. Julia said, yes, for the last one I did, which was Hurricane. This one here. So for this one I use a 4th power, Julia said. And also for this butterfly, which is affected by the hurricane, the wings are using Julia said as well. It's not that visible because it's a bit more messy. Oh, and the clouds here when we see the hurricane from the ground. PogChamp. That's a new PogChamp, right? A little lizard. Yeah, I really took the same hurricane and applied it as clouds. Okay, so I just wanted to center these into their respective flowers or bulbs. I don't know if I will do that in every one of them. Maybe this intermediate ones could use it too. My brain-haired clowns. Fractal clowns, I love that. A cool concept. Just full of noses everywhere. It'll be pretty messed up. Okay, I think that covers the main flower here. I'm just gonna combine all these little bulbs because there's a lot of them. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna group this up. We're gonna bring back our base picture. I think I might leave the original, at least this smaller petals, to kind of give it something more like real and flowery below it. Oh, I messed something up, hold on. This should be locked, there we go. Now this is turning into smart objects, and now we can edit it, play around with it. Anyway, I'm excited to stream more. I've kind of missed it. But for new folks, this past few months, I've been basically most of the time studying for a big exam. And yeah, I wasn't able to stream a lot. I was able to stream maybe once a week, if even that. So yeah, I've been looking to get back into it, get back into the groove. Because streaming also, by forcing me to just go and make things, it really increases my output. It's really good for I don't know, for my creativity, I think. So I was missing it. And non-existing name, thank you. Do you guys know a cool fact? Only cool people follow me. So thank you for joining that exclusive club. Okay, should I leave these smaller petals? How do you feel about them? Do you feel they distract from the fractal, or are they good? Okay, now I want to do puppet warp. Right, we already got a good fractal, but it's flat. A fractal like this is 2D. And I want to at least give it some impression of depth. So I want to maybe move things around, add some lights and shadows of my own. Just make it, well, make it look like more of a 3D object that exists. I think they look pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna add some shadow in between just to differentiate. That is like not part of the fractal. Oh, something did get messed up. What the hell? Okay, so some parts of the fractal got all smushed for some reason. And it's the puppet warp's fault. Let me show that mesh. Why did it do that? Why would it do that? What's the point? Okay, I guess I'll try the puppet warp again. Delete smart filter. Puppet warp. Looks good for now. Oh, yeah, it does get messy. It does like mess the edges up. Especially the small ones. I don't think that's that important, because it's small edges, it's not going to be very visible. But what I don't like is these weird things that are popping up. Don't know how to even call them. So maybe I can't do puppet warp, I guess. Maybe I just do regular warp and see if that works well enough. You know what? It'll do. I'm thinking it'll do. The new warp is much more powerful, so the warp tool changed quite importantly in one of the last few updates, because now you can put points everywhere, so it's just much more versatile. It's actually been very useful. I've been using it quite a bit more. The edges don't get messed up, so win-win in my book. Okay. Okay, do we need to get rid of any more edges? I think just a few. Here and here. Now we're gonna add some shadow. Just a soft brush in normal. These are like basic contact shadows, so it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Okay, that's pretty decent. Now we will add some light and shadow. We'll do overlay or maybe soft light. We'll try soft light. And hold on. I'm just trying to figure out the original lighting of this picture. And I'm thinking it comes from above. Yeah, it definitely does. This part is lit up, this part is in shadow. Right, so that's what we're going to try to replicate. The parts that are pointing up are going to be lit up. The inside of the flower on the top here is going to be in shadow. So we're basically trying to figure that out and imitate how the light would look in these parts. So like since this and the smaller ones are concave, this part here should be in shadow, this part here should be in light. Just gonna try to figure that out a little bit. And since this is basically a lot of copy-pasted textures, in a way, adding our own light and shadow, just matching it to the rest, will really help sell the effects. Because our brains are gonna start differentiating. Even though this is the same as this, now the lighting is a little bit different, so it's gonna be easier for our brains to believe it, if that makes sense. I'm also seeing some textures that I want to fix, and it's mostly here. As you can see here and here, the edges more or less match the edges of the petal textures. But here it doesn't match. It's like there, but it should be here. So we'll also have to fix that. Could be good if maybe you can see the old petals through it. The ones here, like slightly transparent. You mean these three ones? Yeah, for what reason? What's your reasoning behind doing that? Just rule of cool. Okay, so we're adjusting this lighting here to make this less flat. Hopefully it's working. Like comparing to the original one, we'd still need like Still need to fit it to the conception of this is a plant that grew fractals. Like the transparent part of it, it's maybe would be a little bit confusing, that idea. I'm gonna add some like shimmering iridescent, that's the word, iridescent texture. Okay, let's see, we're gonna take this, or these even. And just apply it here. No, we're getting a lot of yellow. Yeah, that fits better. Okay, I want to add a little second layer, maybe an overlay and go like really small. So I want to do some very specific edge shadows like this. Right, I want to make it clear that each of these Mandelbrots is a petal by itself. Also, thank you, Atloons. I might have been calling you Altoons. Like, switching up the L and the T. That's so sorry. My reading is not the best. Okay, I think this is coming together. This still feels a little flat. I hope you guys enjoy my gamer chair. It's like an old man's chair. But you know, I inherited it. It was free, so it's also really comfortable. Space and 12. Thank you for that, fellow. Okay, pretty happy with this. Maybe a little bit more shadow below it. Just to reinforce that directional lighting. Right, something like this. Here, not that much. Just a little here. Just check it out before and after. It's quite a difference. You know, maybe you're right about translucency. Oh, maybe that is what you meant, Atloons. You meant this, right? That we see the other petal through. In that case, I'm sorry, because I completely misunderstood. But you would be absolutely right. I think that would be a good idea. Then I'm sorry, mate. Let's add little levels. And reduce that max white here a little bit. I think especially towards the edges, since they're going to be more thin, they should let through some more light, right? That would make sense, I think. Flower indeed, Emery. Fractal Flower. Thank you for the follow. But they have a slightly harder outline. What do you mean by that? Flowers are funny. Flowers are weird. Oh, just like to hold up the structure. I'm thinking it would be more like floppy. Actually, I wanted to do a little bit more floppiness to the edges here, but the puppet warp, it just messes everything up. So I'm not gonna do it. Because it just makes the edges look all jagged and weird. And that's the only tool that could reliably do that, I think. Although maybe if I go manually, like, okay, if I just call it like, I'm happy here, just gonna group it up, gonna copy, gonna merge, right, I'm gonna copy this. Maybe I'll remove these little parts. There we go. Yeah, let's just test it on this one. But if it looks good, we'll do it to the others too. So, apply that. I'm gonna try puppet warp just this part, and it looks good. Okay. So if I do it little by little, it should be fine. Right, and the idea is to make it look more floppy. Like, it's kind of concave, but it's doing this at the edges. Drifting down a little bit. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. This whole edge of plant, it's pointed away from us. No, I don't like that. Let's just leave it like this. How long have we been working on this? Now 2 hours, more or less. No, I'd say less, because at the beginning of the stream we did like some miscellaneous stuff. Okay, I think we can do this to this. Risky goal, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna make these edges here floppy. A little bit floppier. Let's try to peg here. Anyway. Now let's apply a little bit here and apply a layer mask. And then we have just this on its own, which we can then mess a little bit with. Make these floppy. Right, just take out the difference. I think it looks way more natural. I'm also probably gonna do it with these small ones, but only one batch with the other ones. Okay, so we're doing this. Rinse and repeat, same process as before. Oops. Let's see. There we go. Then we're doing this, invert. Nope. There. Okay, now puppet warp. Let's bring it here and flop it. If that's a verb. Let's flop it. Check out the difference. I like this, yes. Okay, now for this two here, I'm gonna do on their own. I don't think I'll do these. They don't bother me as much, but let's do these two. Okay then. Also, quick thing here, just noticed. Okay, good. Now, these two. Puppet Warp. I'll make him flatter. Okay. Now I think things make way more sense. I hope so, at least. Right then. I want to recover some, just a little bit of transparency from here. Since it looked a bit too much. There we go. Then I do want to do something that I'm seeing here, for example. And it's that since it's translucent, if the light is hitting directly from the back, like if it's concave and the light is hitting from here, it kind of goes through to the other side. So I want to do that in an overlay layer. Get some white and go at this area maybe. Kind of like it's been hit by the light from the back. No, wait. There we go. Oh. A little bit from here. Maybe I'll move that to soft light, just so it isn't that harsh. Okay, what else? Let me try something. Talking about this transparency, might be able to fake something like that just by drawing it on. Yeah, that looks acceptable. Okay, that is Fractal Flower. Let me know if you guys have any critiques, any comments, anything. Always happy to hear them. I did want to add iridescence, which I just remembered. So I think I'm gonna do it again with overlay. Doing a lot of overlay today. Getting a brush, soft, and then adding some random iridescent colors. Kind of like it's soap bubbles. Actually, what if I just get soap bubbles? Right? Let's just get some from here. Soap. No. Get oil, maybe. Some funky plants. How are you doing, Shamel? It's a Mandelbrot's flower. Okay, this one's pretty good. Yeah. Let's just try it on. Might be a bit like too complex. But you know, we might as well try. Overlay and exclusion. Exclusion could be fun to try. I don't do it often. Workout, fitness, or pain. Damn, imagine working out. Couldn't be me. Oh, finish, not fitness. It still works in the context. So I'll give it to you. Okay, getting some big soap textures. Let's try to fit them on top. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be very pretty. As long as it covers things a little bit, could be good. Overlay. Exclusion. Does a lot of grays here, which I don't love. We're gonna do soft light. Nope, this should be in here. There we go. So we're gonna do soft light and then just add like a little bit of that shimmer. Gotta keep the bones strong to keep drawing. That is slightly ominous. I love it. Okay. It's kind of pixelated in some areas. I do want to add a little bit of Gaussian. Ooh, maybe color. That's pretty. Okay, color is pretty. And looks a bit more natural. I do like that. I'll remove it from the centers here. Son Younger, thank you. Mostly for solid colors. Yeah, that's fair. Makes sense. I am liking these colors though. Very nice. Cool. Okay, I like this. I think it's good, right? Let's skip it. Also thinking, what if we add something else on top? Like hard light, but very low opacity. Just bring slightly some of the ripples. Very low. Okay, I want to get that color and copy it below the flower. Right, does it cover things? Yes, perfect. So what I want to do is also add it to the lower petals so they don't feel excluded. Poor little guys. A little bit less so than the others, but yeah. Hell yeah. Some levels on here. Want to brighten things a little bit, slightly. Also, for the one here, I was thinking of adding a little bit. Okay, so let's try this. I think we can do it. I'm just copying the whole group, by which I mean the whole group. Right. And merge. There we go, we got a second fractal flower, of which I'm going to, I'm going to pick up one of the edges. And work with it on top. It does have this transparent thing, but it doesn't matter. I just want to add this edge here. That makes sense. Just gonna put it on top. I'm gonna more or less fit it, and then we're gonna get to warping. Okay, so I just want the edge. I don't care about whatever's behind this. Just want to get those nice fractals captured in here, and maybe this groups down a little. There we go. And now this needs some levels, just to match the kind of light in here, which is a little bit darker. I'm actually also gonna add it on here. There we go. Okay, so we're doing levels. Didn't burn to death. I'm glad. How are things? Are things under control? We're glad you're alive, at the very least. Oh, cutoff stem. It just exists like that. It kind of goes into nothing It's just goes out of focus. If that's what you mean. Okay, we're getting a little bit of... Whoa. Okay, overlay maybe. This is very strong. Hold on. I had the wrong brush on there. Okay, I think that's pretty nice. We're gonna get another one of those bubbles. And we're gonna just apply it on that. Oh, hold on, that's the wrong one. That's vivid light. Let's get the color one. There, that's much nicer. Okay. And gonna delete layer mask. We're just gonna paint with it. Yeah, that how is it called? That like wall of that is like shimmery like this in Annihilation is a visual inspiration for this. It actually comes from the original. If we go here, let's find it. So I made this decision not as a direct homage to Annihilation, but because the original Spill had this sort of shimmering texture, kind of like oil. I just ran with it. In the second one here, I said, okay, let's add some shimmering like the other. And yeah, that's why. God, got a lot of messages. So it is both an homage and kind of coincidence. But if people ask me, I'll just say, yeah, it's an homage to it. It's easier. And you know, I think people should wear their inspirations on their sleeves. I think there's no shame in taking elements from other stories or visual things. Although I'm gonna fry the poor Jeff Vandermeer with mentions on Twitter. He has noticed me. He has liked, well, noticed me. He doesn't follow me or anything, but another writer follower I have, who also writes a lot of fantasy, must be mutuals with him on Twitter, mentioned him under my post and he liked it. I saw he liked it. So he has seen the fractals. I can at the very least say that, which is cool. Okay. I think that is it for Fractal Flowers. We're just gonna group everything. Ctrl Alt Shift E, Ctrl Shift A, and gonna do some top level adjusting, just some basic stuff. We're gonna increase the vibrance. We're gonna the contrast a little. Give it a purplish texture. Omega Waffle Lord. Thank you for that follow. Good name. Okay, we're gonna go to color grading. We're gonna add... Definitely purple. Purple to the shadows, and could go green for the highlights, just for complementary color. That kind of grays out a little bit. So maybe a pink for the highlights, but very, very low. And then for the mid-tones, we can go with something a little bit left field. Orange. See, not over here, because then every color is the same. But orange is not bad. They form like a triad. Color theory is messy, and I just go with feel more than anything, but it's good to have a little notion of it at least. Pink for highlights. Yeah, we got a little bit pink. We got purple in the shadows. Let's see. That's a difference, isn't it? Look at that. Subtly. Pink tone that appears. That makes the flower nearly pink between all the shimmers that we added and just the color in general. But I like that. I don't say that as a bad thing. We're gonna add just a touch of sharpening. It's always nice. But also a little bit of vignette, which doesn't do much for this part. It's okay. Just a little bit. And then a little bit of grain to bring things together. Mostly looking at the edges here. I want to maybe go a bit more with the purples. Yeah. Just so this field back here, that's so kind of grayish green, it's not that interesting. If we bring it down here, I think it complements a bit better for a color scheme. I like it. Ah, Grain. Thank you for our lives, Grain. Whoa, did you just change your name? Are you Shuma? You're Shuma, right? Red Seeds. Did I just see a live name change? Whoa, cool. Hey, welcome back and your new, cooler identity. I am many. We are legion. Okay, this is a save. Pretty happy with it. Oh, I thought we would be able to do a few more in this stream, but I'm happy with this one being solid and just visually appealing, and doing less in this stream. Honestly, this is gonna be a good sticker or a good t-shirt design even. Yeah, I think this is pretty nice. Contain multitudes, I like that. Okay. I think we have time for something else also. So let's just pop in a new one, get the same size. I think that should be the same size. Just gonna close that. Yeah, that's the same size. And infinites, I like that. Okay, what else should we do? Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you, especially for the folks who have been in here for a while, how's the connection? Because I literally just got a new internet yesterday, and it's supposed to be faster, but it's also giving me some trouble. So I'm looking at the little curve, the little graph they give you, and it looks okay. Let me know if it's lagged or something weird. Normally, my upload speed should go up, so I should be able to stream maybe at a higher quality. What I have right now is a fixed frame rate to 30, which just makes a lot more people be able to watch it in HD. But I might just unlock the frame rate. I don't know. Everything has been crisp. Thank you. I don't know, maybe next stream I'll try unlocking the frame rate and see the chaos that ensues. We'll see. Okay, next fractal. Okay, this one I think is gonna be a good one. We're gonna do a bunch of birds. A flock of birds. I was looking at the net. A bunch of birds. You know what I mean. So we're gonna come in here. Hey fractal fish. Everyone say hi to fractal fish. Bye, fractal fish. Okay, we're gonna close a bunch of things. This I'm just gonna save. And we're gonna go here and look for flock. This one would be nice, but it is from a Paides height. Okay. Flock birds. Not sheep. Come on. Wake up, sheeple. Okay, so what I want is for a really big flock that kind of looks like just a big mass of birds. A big mess of birds. Maybe we can look for specific birds that just look like that when they flock. What's the name of the... I don't know about bird names in English. The ones that flock like this. That just do big masses of birds. I don't know, maybe this says that. Yeah, thank you for that great description. It really is a magical winter spectacle to behold thousands of wintering birds flying in the evening sky against the backdrop of a wild nature at dusk. Yeah, I need a description for a stock picture, not a fucking poem. Okay, sorry. Kidding. What's that, Quilly? I don't think I've ever heard that. Okay. Look for that here. Oh. Nope. We'll need something better. Apparently they're a menace in Africa. Is it starlings? Is it starling thing? I'm trying to remember the name. Nope. Does it give me chess? Queen? No. Star. What the hell? No, it might not be it. Although it's... Oh yeah, here, this. Starling. So I had it right, I think. Starling flock. I think I'm on the right track, but there just isn't good pictures on this side. Let's go to Unsplash. Let's see. Okay, this is more like it. Now this I can get behind. What's the city? This is quite nice. I like this. It's pretty nice too. A big mess of birds. I love that. Oh, this one's even better. Oh yeah. What kind of city is that? I don't recognize this. Don't say it though. Okay, this side has much better stuff. For this specific purpose at least. So the idea is to take the flock and using the same plugin, try to turn them into a fractal shaped flock. That makes sense. So the bigger and the more compact the flock, like this, the better. Oh, but that, I like that at Loons, but finding a sitting, like a picture of a hummingbird in flight in which the wings are in focus is pretty much impossible. I don't think any camera can. I don't think we'll find that kind of stuff. Could look for it, but we did like super fast camera. Yeah, see, it's either stopped or it's kind of like this. There are some where it's more in focus. It's still gonna be hard. Let's try the swarm first. Oh, this is good. A lot of good ones here. Oh, look at that. Is it the same person in all of this? Okay, not in all of this, but in many. This person just goes out looking for flocks and trouble. Okay, whoa. Where is it? Here. I think this might be it. Oh. That's true. Hummingbirds have that iridescent plumage. Very cool. I love hummingbirds. Okay, we need to zoom it out a little bit because we're reaching the limits here. I really like this, but it's taken from far, which I don't love. Yeah, let's try the other ones too. Just because I think they're a bit more clear. Maybe this one will be clearer. Might remove this spire. I don't know where it's from. Does anyone recognize this building? Curious about it. Weird. Looks like a UFO crashed into a tower or something. Get you guess a scene before I destroy it. Right, clone, stamp it out. Hold on. Gonna do like I did before for the blackboard. Oh, sure. Control. I mean, probably that's a restaurant, I'd imagine. I usually put restaurants like that on top of towers. That's just a guess. I feel like I've seen it before. See, for me, it doesn't ring a bell. Okay, that's pretty good. Thinking of a different one. I don't know. A mystery. This is a stream full of mysteries. That's what you come here for, right? Like a little shadow that was left over. I don't like that. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, then we got a flock. First, I'm gonna do something. I do like that we have some... Oh. And we have some sense of perspective, so I'd like to include this. Without the tower, of course. Just a generic city. In the coast, which still fits. Like it could be someplace in Florida or something. We're still messing with people from Florida in this edit. Take that, Floridians. Fuck you, turns you into a fractal. Okay, I need to fill this up somehow. It is, they attract that cursed area. I would not leave there. Sorry for you Floridians. Or Floridans? I don't know. This tower is so bothersome. It's just there, sitting. Not even any decoration, it's just a big chunk. big rod up in the sky. Should do it, more or less. Okay then, let's take our flock of, let's just say starlings. I don't know what kind of bird it is. Not good at birds. I studied medicine and not birds, or bird science, or bird law. Just pick this up into a separate layer. And then take this. Hold on, I'll give it some nicer edges, a little bit tighter. There we go. And I will do fill with content aware fill. That's not very pretty, but apply. Sometimes this crashes Photoshop. Just hope it's not one of those. It is not. We're safe. Good. And let's save this, by the way. Shame on you, nobody's reminding me to save. I'm kidding. Flock. Okay. Then, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna do blend if. I'm just gonna put some white right below it so we see what we're doing. I'm gonna remove. Come on. Oh. Wrong layer. Okay, we're gonna need 2 layers, I think. I'm just gonna copy this. And I continue up in here until everything disappears. Alright, that should do it. Okay, so we are taking this area and removing it. Then we're putting it on here and inverting. There we go. Now we got 2 layers that we can merge. And the layers are just the birds. So that should be fairly workable. I'm gonna say too much bird. Birds. Hopefully, cross my fingers. So, filter. Practice. Photoshop wizard. I won't put it that way, but thank you. I'm excited to do some Photoshop courses, let's call them. Like one of the rewards on my Patreon, which I just opened, patreon.com/Valdevia. Back me. One of the things I just opened, like the highest tier, is kind of like Photoshop course tier. I don't think a lot of people will take it, but I don't know. I wanted something extra of value to give, and it's probably going to be like a small portion of people that are going to like that. But the idea is I do one like deep tutorial a month. Like I just go all in, teach you all this part of the program for as many months as I have material for tutorials. There's a ton, but yeah, I want to do that. I'm eager to get on the first tutorial, which is going to be just Photoshop basics. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Mr. Goodney. Okay, let's see what this program did to our poor birds. That is not excellent, I must say. Gotta say that is not the best. Nope. I get it. It makes sense. It's in the middle it's gonna try to make giant birds, and around the sides it's gonna make tiny birds. So it's not gonna work that well as I thought. Let's try a few ones. Julia, burning ship. Tricorn is fun. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Goodday.
So close, yet so far.
So these are the fractal types we have. I would like to do something with burning ship. Burning ship is a very cool type of fractal. Let me show you guys. Traveler. It's a very weird fractal, but it does look like a burning ship. Some kind of. It's very cool, and it's so strange because it's not symmetrical at all. It's just messy. Just looks like that. Well, Mandelbrot looks like this. It looks like so pretty and symmetrical. This one is just big mess. It's a very cool fractal, but not a lot of people know about it. In any case, it would be fun to do something with it. But I don't know if a bird, like a flock of birds, is the right one. Okay, maybe we do this. Right, so this, let's put it in triple color with center black, white on the edge. There we go, something like this. So it does a nice little pattern. So we can navigate this, and if we get closer to... A bit awkward to navigate in this program, but whatever. It's fine. So this, if we make it look normal... Oh yeah, sure. It needs more iterations. Auto, medium, low. There we go. There's our burning ship. We just needed to clean things up. Look at it. It's funny because it's called after just a little section of the fractal. Like, this is not the main part of it. But it's definitely the most visually interesting. It's very cool. But there, we found it. We made our own little burning ship. Building out of it. Ooh. That could be cool. It honestly has like some building things. Like, look at this. Don't these look like arches? Like, okay, like deformed versions of them, but like the churches, windows, like an old cathedral here too. A cathedral. But it's set in America, isn't it? I can't do old European cathedrals. Yes, definitely like Gothic cathedral feel to it, right? Like, okay, sorry for you. For the Americans in here. Gothic architecture is like this. It has a lot of arches and tall windows, so it definitely looks like this. How's that feel? Okay, I like this idea for another day, because that's gonna be a long one. It's gonna be quite hard, but I'm noting it down right in my second screen here. Burning ship equals Gothic cathedral. Okay, so the idea of this is to sort of eventually turn this series into something apocalyptic. So it should spread all over the world, even though it's only been in the US right now, like the ocean and then into the US. I think from there it should kind of spread everywhere. Hey Zacharias, thank you for the follow. We should make it spread everywhere. So I don't know the mechanic, like how it's gonna happen, but it definitely has to get into other places of the world. Maybe just through the atmosphere. Maybe you're just saying the fractal material went into the atmosphere and went to the different parts of the world, and this is a flower maybe in Europe, or right, and we show like different parts of the world like starting to be affected. Photoshop has this bug sometimes when you mix your tablet and your mouse, where it'll just spasm when you try to zoom. It's very uncomfortable. Okay. Back to the fractal drawing board. Right, this is very nice, but we're not going to use it right now. We are going to reset everything. Yes, and that very ugly default fractal they gave you. It's just but ugly. And just get a nice little gradient like this. That's it. Very pretty. Okay. And let's try different cool shapes to see what kind of fractal this flock of birds should do. Fill me on the theme, yeah. For people who join in, this is going into a series of fractal horror, if that makes sense. I think it's the title of the stream, so you know where we're going. The original, the first part of this series is this ship right here, and year 2006 capsizes and spills some kind of liquid of unknown provenance, but the thing is, it spreads in a fractal pattern, it doesn't stop spreading, and it just affects everything it touches. And the thing is, they first start noticing weird fishes in this area. And you can see the water here is affected as well. Second part of this is just a few months later. A hurricane approaches the US, and this hurricane has a fractal pattern. So it is assumed that it somehow picked up this fractal thing from the water. Like the evaporated water carried it, it turned into, I guess, a fractal spiral pattern, and it just spun into a hurricane. And where the hurricane goes, it just brings this effect with it. And the last we've seen is it's starting to affect animals and whatever it touches. So we can see, oh, sorry, my camera is in the middle. It starts to affect like the wings of this butterfly is like the first sign we're starting to see. But very soon, we're starting to see, let's do cancel here, things like flowers getting affected. Now we're doing a flock of birds that's going to have a fractal shape to it. And other things, like not only living things, but man-made objects, man-made. For example, I was thinking that a cable, like cables, power cables, just turning into fractals and growing infinitely long, and thus causing power outages. Because of course, if it becomes infinitely long, it just doesn't get anywhere. I also would like in the future, in one of the next installments, not in this one, to see to do a how do you call petri dish, however it's pronounced. One of those dishes that's used to grow cultures of cells and bacteria and stuff. And the bacteria or the fungi growing on there are growing on a fractal pattern. And are starting to infect humans, and that's how it gets to humans. And eventually we'll get fractal humans with like limbs going out of the limbs, going out of the limbs, going out of the limbs, and teeth going out of the teeth, going out of the teeth. All that kind of stuff. It's gonna be good. But I'm building up to it. I'm obviously building the implication that it's gotta do something to humans. Every comment I get under this are, what is it gonna do to humans? So I know people are waiting for it. I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna build up to it. So it also affects inorganics as well. Yeah, it does. It's kind of, I mean, it's not very scientific. It's just, it's kind of magical in nature, but I thought it would be more fun. Because at the end of the day, the spill itself that we started with was fractal in shape, and it is inorganic. And the hurricane also is an inorganic thing that turns into a fractal, so we've already broken that barrier. So we're not gonna make it affect only living things, although those are the most interesting ones, right? It's what we relate to. But I also like to show some other effects, like maybe that burning shape that I was showing before. The burning shape here, this kind of fractal, which is called burning ship. That looks like some Gothic cathedrals. Well, actually make a Gothic cathedral turn into a burning ship fractal. I thought that would be a cool concept. Yeah, thank you. It's kind of grown organically, but it definitely has some inspirations with Junji Ito. If you don't know Junji Ito, he does oh, did I write it correct? He does horror manga, and it's very disturbing imagery in general. That's his whole thing, it's disturbing imagery. But he does have, like, probably his best, at least to me, series is one that's called Uzumaki, and it happens in a small village in Japan, which becomes like infected with the idea of a spiral. and weird things start happening, like very surreal things, like people turning into like this girl with a spiral face, or this guy turning himself into a spiral, people turning into how do you call them, like spiral shells, snails, people turning into snails, stuff like that. It's very surreal, it's very like magical, it's definitely not like scientific or anything in nature. So I'm kind of very inspired by that. It's one of my favorite horror things, so obviously it's coming through in this. His stuff is so cool. It's my favorite. Like I hate choosing favorites, but if I had to keep only one horror maker, horror artist in the world, it would be Junji Ito. His creativity is off the charts. The ideas he comes up with are just amazing. I don't know. It's been one of my favorites for years. Okay, so how are we doing these birds? Because the plugin that we have is not very effective. It's not going to work for this. So, I think we're just going to go filter. We're going to make a cool fractal, but just on its own. And I think we'll pick a Julia pattern, Julia set. Just a basic Julia set, this one. So we'll center it, we'll zoom it in. Right, so this is what we want. This is the classic Julia set. A very beautiful looking and symmetrical looking pattern. And I think the idea would be to put the birds on top of this and make them fit this pattern, but not necessarily warp them too much. So it should be pretty straightforward. So we just fit it like this, maybe warp it a little bit so it's not like so perfect. So it's like a little bit in 3D and not directly looking at the camera, which would be strange. They're like in movement flock of birds. Alright, so actually normal, and let's do blend F. Right, perfect. So we're taking these birds and we are turning this into shape. There we go. Okay, so I'm trying to fill the whole thing. Spreading through beer. I kind of love that. Like just through the source nobody expected. That's good actually. You from Sweden, Zacharias? We got another late European like me. Okay. This is just like straight up the birds fitting into this fractal pattern. What I want to do next is kind of move things around a little. They don't fit exactly, and paint more. Yeah, just like me. We have the same hour in Spain. Have you been to Spain? Every Swedish person I met has been to the Canary Islands. Very funny. No! You're the resistance. Okay, I just want to add some that don't fit into the pattern exactly. I want to get hardness here, maybe? Yeah. How about that? Kind of trying to build up more and more birds in the middle area to kind of show density, to make it look a bit more 3D. If that makes sense. And eventually all that density should build up to pretty much covering things up. Also, I just want to turn all these birds into multiply, and this one too. Right, that's much better. So Zacharias has spent 6 months a few years ago in living in Sweden, in Stockholm. I really loved it. One of my top places to leave if I have to leave Spain and live somewhere else in Europe or the world. Sweden is probably up there. If you go to Spain, you should definitely go to northern Spain. The north has some beautiful like nature and mountain, a lot of mountain trails. If you like that, you'd probably love it. It's where I live. I'm just making some free ads for my region. For real though, it's beautiful. Asturias. Okay, does this feel like a fractal or is it too chaotic? How do we feel about it? Because I could remove this and make it more fractal-y. But I also like some chaos. A little bit of it. It's a very cool pattern, isn't it? Julia's is probably my favorite pattern out of all of them. Okay, I don't think there's a lot to change here. Kind of feels right to me, but I don't know if it reads too well as a fractal. So if you got any opinions on that, I'd love to hear them. More chaos, but lighter on the corners. Like more in the center, less in the corners, right? Hold on, let's see. Like a little bit more through here. Less through here. Mosquitoes are attacking me. What have I done to you? Twinkle Cats. Thank you for the follow. Whoa, Sora, how are you doing? You're putting towards MS Paint. How are they doing? Oh, everyone's putting towards MS Paint. I think there's a clear favorite here. Hope you're doing well. Let me put that on darken, maybe. Thank you, Pipollito. 87. I assume that's Spanish. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of weird edges. If I zoom in here. Because the fractal is like that, so I'm gonna feather that a little. There we go. It doesn't change much. It'll just make the edges a bit nicer. That should be good. Get the same. I'm doing a very specific color scheme with all these. Which is very purple, very pink. Pretty vibrant. It's different from my usual stuff, which is black and white. But I like to change it up, so that's good. Color grading. Let's purple the shadows up a little. Be orange for the highlights in this one. Or yellows even. And for the midtones, very slight pink. Some blue, some light blue. Okay, adding some grain. And bringing it up a little bit. And vignette, a little bit. Let's see that. Much nicer, isn't it? Anything else I should change from here? Whoa, doing that annoying bug again. There we go. Oh, this part looks wonky. Hold on. Hold up. Let's do a quick selection of this. Nope. Here. Funny birds. Thank you for the reminder. There we go. It's nicer. Now, we'll just reapply that. Compare. Much better. Okay, how do we feel about this? Is it looking correct? I'm like going back and forth on it on my head. The flower I definitely like. I think it came out nicely. And it looks like 3D enough. I think it definitely passes. This still kind of looks 2D to me a little bit, because it is. We're putting this bird in a very 2D shape. I don't know. I'll probably go back on it, maybe change some things. We will see.